think it's working.
All right. Hemochromatosis. What's going on, Secoya Nation? Dr. Shirley bringing you today's wellness wisdom. And we're talking about a blood disorder related to iron. If you're not familiar with hemochromatosis, it's technically thought to be either acquired secondarily or inherited as far as stress goes. One of our participants, Kenny, came in and he was dealing with this and he was really worried about it. So we gave him some general recommendations about how to avoid iron in his food and take some supplements, eat some calcium so he dumps more of it out, make sure his bowels are empty, stuff like that you can read about on pretty much any functional medicine site that's related to hemochromatosis. We want to talk about the inherited stressors or the genetic predisposition is less a course in this issue. It's more related to how is your brain and your body connected, because what's causing the iron to build up in your bloodstream in the first place. We talked about before, Bruce Lipton and the biology belief, so less than 1% of disease is actually genetic. To that end, if you think it's a genetic issue, look for a SNP, a single nucleotide polymorphism, things like that to determine whether you have, there's specific genes, the S2, 4, 6, whatever it is, I forget what it is.
It says that the microphone, people can't hear you because the microphone's connected to a different app, but
All right, well.
We'll see how it goes.
So let us know if you still can't hear us. Apologies for that. First time that's ever happened. So when you feel like no one considers you and you have to become, it's like the phrase is like I have to steel myself, S-T-E-E-L, I have to make myself hard and steel, like impervious. Still not working?
I don't know, I'm going to ask.
Okay, sweet. Please give a comment, let us know if it's working or not. Apologies for the audio technical difficulties. So anyway, before we get too far into this, if you like these topics, please comment below about what you'd like us to talk about, because we pull people from our participant population in order to serve you and them, in order to provide the information about the different connections related to what might be causing your health issues, so that you feel empowered to then address these issues in your life. That's the whole point of this. This is not medical advice. This is not doctoring. This is basically giving you information from the German medicine family of ideas that have been distilled down, so that you can feel empowered to understand the deeper meaning on why it's happening in your life. So if you become an iron person, someone can then be proud of you. They can say, I get to show off about this. It's like when you steel yourself, S-T-E-E-L, like metal, and or iron yourself, you're basically saying, I'm making, this is who I am, I'm defining myself this way, and then people can finally be proud of me. They can finally acknowledge me the way I am, because it's all related to like not feeling recognized. Now that can be happening from your great-grandfather, who in his lifetime felt like he was ignored in his family. Maybe he was one of 10 or 15 kids, and who knows what happened. And he was just like, hey, I'm over here, I'm not getting the attention I need, I'm not feeling you're proud of me or anything like that. And as a result, he then became that, and then that was such a profound change in his DNA that got shifted and passed down through the lines. And so it's not necessarily genetic, it's more like a trauma that happens in the genealogy. So it could also be, I have to make a lot of effort to be considered. It's another frame that is related to hemochromatosis. Like, I seem to have to do a lot more in order to get the attention, get the affirmation, to get the recognition that I desire from my loved ones or from my colleagues or whatever might be in your situation. Could be a family friend, parent or child, anybody in your world, really. Because ultimately, if you have to seek the attention rather than being acknowledged, human beings, generally speaking, need acknowledgement, especially children need acknowledgement from their parents, but also related to adults, it's got to be that one. Yeah. Come on through. So, anyway, there can also be, like, a final thought here is like a conflict in the family related to shame, related to spite, and related to self-evaluation. So, if you're self-evaluating because you don't feel good enough about yourself based on how you've been treated by others, then it'll result in you feeling like maybe some spiteful feelings toward other people. Maybe it'll feel like, it's also called rancor or spite, things like that. But if you feel shame or shamed by someone else or shame about yourself related to not getting the attention and the affirmation and things like that we talked about, that turns into self-evaluation. And then you feel like, oh, I'm not as good as my siblings, or I'm not as good as my colleagues, or whatever it might be. And then you can then develop, this comes back to the whole hemochromatosis and the buildup of iron in your blood, and it can affect the liver, among other organ tissues and stuff like that. So, at any rate, that is the emotional connection based on what we know from the body of information out there related to German medicine. as it relates to hemochromatosis. So don't take it to the bank, but you can overlay it on your life and see how that applies, and or some of your friends, your family, your loved ones. And then if you'd like, you can comment, give it a thumbs up if you like it. I don't know if there's a thumbs down on TikTok, or I don't think it's on Facebook. You can dislike it on YouTube, but it doesn't show anymore. It used to say like this many likes, this many downs. It doesn't show anymore because everybody gets a ribbon now. So whatever. Anyway,
Give us a ribbon.
for sure. Yeah, no. If you like what we're doing, please share with your friends and family so that they're empowered to help themselves and or others, and you'll do someone else a favor, and you'll feel good about that. So that's where we'll leave it. Comment, like, post, share, tell us we suck, whatever you want to do. We love you anyway, and we'll see you tomorrow for the Wellness Wisdom. All right, guys. Have a good night.